Electricast.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
The kids are still at practice, and I have no idea what's for dinner.
You can get a rotisserie chicken and 2 sides for just $15 in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Who said that? Who's in my house? Don't play with me, because I'm not the one.
It's just your friendly Walmart announcer. This is a commercial.
Oh, okay. You were saying dinner for a family was just $15?
Yep, it'll be at your door by the time you get the kids home from practice. Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Subject to availability, restrictions and fees apply.
Now that was a helpful commercial.
Kicking off our UFC week on Missing the Point, DK Sizzle and I sat down with HILARIE ROSE to discuss UFC on ABC and Boston's hometown boy Calvin Kattar's matchup against Max Holloway. All right, so UFC week pretty much kicks off tonight, Saturday, the 16th. And we have a big fight. We have the hometown boy, Boston boy. So HILARIE, tell me a little bit about this fight and how excited you are for it.
I'm super excited for this fight. It's a hometown person. So whenever it's someone who's in the area that or you've seen train, or, I cross-train at Joe Lozon's. Obviously with COVID, things are different, but you see these people and, you're surrounded, even if you're not conversating with them, you're surrounded by like-minded people. And again, whenever it's a local person that's fighting and, fighting in the top 5 and is the main event, it's super exciting. And Calvin Kattar is awesome. I love watching all his fights. We watched his fight with Jeremy Stephens and he elbowed him and he goes right down. And it's so cool watching
Jeremy Stephens. Who the fuck is that guy? Huh?
That's right. Who the fuck is that guy?
Sorry, we're talking about something else now.
No, don't you? That was funny. That was good timing. You're not wrong. But I'm excited. I think that it's definitely a winnable fight for him. I think that, Max is obviously an unbelievable fighter. He was the champ for years. And I think that he's going to come to fight. And if he has a lot of output and, can keep the pace, I think it'll be a problem for Calvin. But I don't think so. I think that Calvin's longer and his boxing is better. And I think we don't see his wrestling as much. And I think that his wrestling is really good. So I think, he's maybe going to surprise a lot of people, even though people know he's really good. And then he's up and coming and he's, killing people lately. But I think this is a really good fight to put New England on the map. And between Rob Font just beating Marlon, a few weeks ago, super awesome fight. I was really pumped up about that too. So I think watching them and, seeing these local guys who were once, where I am now, and have a goal and, dream, and seeing them doing this stuff, it really helps motivate me to want to be better and get to where they're at. So I'm stoked. I love Max Holloway, but hometown Calvin all the way. Let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got to rep for New England. It's all upside for Calvin Kattar too, because if he beats Max Holloway, the sky's the limit. He's the next in line for the title shot. And that might be a little bit more interesting as the fight against Volkanovski, because him and Max have already fought twice, even if you think Max won the second one. But if Max loses, he's putting a lot more on the line here. He's a former champ. He's number 1 contender. Kattar, I think, is 6. But he just beat Stephens and Ige. If he goes Stephens, Ige, Holloway, those 3 names, the sky's absolutely the limit.
I think he gets the title shot. I think if Calvin wins, he gets the title shot. And I think that even if Max wins, he still has to fight a few more times before he gets that opportunity, because he already fought Volkanovski twice. So
definitely,
I think, again, win-win for Calvin. He wins and he beats Max Holloway, who was the champ years ago, or, for years, and then comes in, can get that title shot. I think that's super cool. I think
I love Max too, but just to see UFC gold come to Boston would be so cool. And it's never happened. We've had in New England, I think, but not Boston. So I think to see that happen, I would just be too excited about it. We have too much of a reputation as a fighting city not to have a UFC belt at this point. You know what I mean? And I heard that Kattar's been training. On that note, I heard he's been training with Irish Mickey Ward from The Fighter. If you've seen that movie, local Boston boys, Mickey Ward's obviously got the reputation and the career and the resume that he has. Kattar becomes the UFC version of that. Great. Boston's on the map in the fight world as well, So.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's super cool I think that, New England is still such a small area of fighters that are coming out of, there's obviously, many in there now, like Mike Rodriguez and Randy Costa and all these up and coming fighters who are making their names in the UFC. But it's cool to see people who've been grinding in the UFC a little longer and make that top 5 spot and fight those top people.
Plus, like you said, he's not going to be at a gym where he is surrounded by a bunch of big names. He's just fighting the guys he's been fighting for probably years at this point. And he's going to elevate his gym. He's going to elevate his partners. Like, it's just good news for everyone all around. And it's such a cool fight on paper too, between the two of them, because it's just going to be a boxing match. And it's who's going to be crisper. I think your point about Max's output is a big one. I think that we'll definitely see Kattar be a little bit more.
Zabit, he fought Zabit and they only had the 3 rounds. I think that if it went 5 rounds, that
he was coming back.
He was. That fight.
Yeah, he was, and Zabit's pretty legit. So he's,
and he's long and big. I think that Calvin, if it went 5 rounds, I think many people think that Calvin would have won. It was just 3 rounds. If Calvin doesn't start slow and he boxes and he does his thing, I think that it's going to be awesome. I'm pumped. I'm going to be fired up that day. Or tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
And it's early fights too. Early fights. Card starts at like 3.
Yeah, afternoon for you. I might have to actually wake up to watch the prelims because I'm on the West Coast, which is
you're
so
in the
annoying.
West Coast. That's great.
Fine. I'll watch people get, I'll watch blunt force trauma over coffee and pancakes. That's fine.
Yes. That sounds ideal. Maybe I'll do that too.
Yeah. Let's all hope for a Boston special on Saturday, Max Holloway versus our boy Calvin Kattar. And let's see what happens. HILARIE ROSE, thanks so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Make sure you are subscribed and listen to our full show with HILARIE ROSE dropping on Monday, January 18th, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Sherilyn Fenn from Twin Peaks. What did you do on your last Saturday night?
Did you hear something?
Toilet paper.
There's nada. The reserves have gone dry. People are hoarding it. I should have done that.
They're all out of hand sanitizer at my Target.
Mark, when did you last watch the news?
We are getting reports of forced quarantines in China, Japan, and now Italy.
You're cutting onions in half and putting them around your apartment.
Yes, exactly. It kills the COVID.
Excuse me?
Let's go, get in.
Vamos, rápido.
Have you ever driven one of these?
Never.
I'll drive, ladies.
I've got the keys.
Excuse me, I'm lost. I'm looking for my wife. I got turned around.
Join me, Eric Roberts, Jennifer Elise Cox, and Ed Asner for The Last Saturday Night, an Electrocast podcast. You'll love it. Electrocast. Electrocast.